Okay, so I'm going to take you through how the kind of process for completing your Hegarty Maths homework. So you would look at what's been set for you, decide which one you want to do. So I'm going to do solving equations, x on both sides 2. Okay, and it brings up this page. Don't go straight onto the quiz. Okay, what people tend to do is they try and cut corners, and at least they're spending more time, okay, doing the work because they get stuck. Okay, what you first need to do is you need to watch the video in full. Okay, each video is around 10 minutes or so. Okay, as you're working through the video, okay, down, okay, you'll come across something that's an example. What we ask pupils to do is to copy down any examples from the video. The reason for that is that it matches up with the questions that are going to be in the actual quiz. So all you're really doing is copying down the workings and applying that method to the quiz questions. Okay, we're trying to get people to see that, put that effort in at the start of the homework, and you'll get through the homework a lot quicker, because all you'll be doing is applying the examples that they've shown, okay, in the video to your quiz questions, rather than trying to stumble through the quiz questions without any support. Remember, we've set your topics that you are in need of strengthening. So you shouldn't be able to just go straight onto the quiz and get 100%. You should have to do some work to learn that skill. Okay, so once you've watched the video, copy down all the examples, we would then go on to do quiz. Okay, you then, in your red books, okay, you need to then copy down the question in full. If it's a lengthy question, you still need to copy it down. Okay, because if you get that wrong and then we try and help you in lesson, we cannot see the question you've been working with. Okay, if we can see the question and then all the workings for that question, we can support you with that. If we just get answers or some rough workings, it's very hard to support you in something that you're not getting right. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you with these skills that you're trying to strengthen. So as you work through, copy the question, show full workings, type in your answer. Okay, please type it in carefully. Okay, if for some reason you've got the right answer and it's saying it's wrong, okay, and they've given you the right answer and you think, oh, it looks the same, it might be just the way you've typed it in. What you can do is send a message to your teacher, who will then be able to submit that as the correct answer, and that would change your score. Okay, so as you work through, do your quiz. If you get to the end of your quiz and you've not got 70% or higher, you need to do the quiz one more time. Okay, the second time round, you don't need to copy it into your red book unless you find that helpful. Okay, but you do need to do the quiz one more time in full. Provided you've done that, okay, then you're not going to find yourself getting any sanctions. Okay, so just to recap the expectations. Okay, so you should be completing one Hegarty task per week. Obviously, the day will be determined by your class teacher. So you need to make sure that you're aware of when the homework is due. I'd urge you to get it done early. Okay, people try and do it the night before, come up with, like, you know, I have technical problems, but I'm sorry, that's too late. If you have technical problems earlier in the week, let us know, then we can arrange something. You must copy down and underline the title, clip number and date. Okay, you must watch the full video and copy out all the examples in full. Okay, a lot of good practice is people also making little notes that they think, oh, that's going to be helpful later on. You must copy out each quiz question and show full workings. That way we can help you if you're getting the question wrong. Make sure you mark your work and write your score. Show off your score. I walk around and people haven't marked it, but they've got 100% and they're not showing that off. Be proud of the score you've got. Okay, a good practice is that people write down first try 50%, second try 70%, which shows that they have made progress by doing it again. Obviously, yeah, again, so if you get 70%, okay, or low, so if you get lower than 70%, you must have another go. Okay, you don't need to copy down the questions unless that's helpful. We don't want people getting anxious, getting stressed about the homework. Okay, if you do all of that criteria, you're never going to get in trouble for it. Okay, if you start cutting corners and not watching the video, not copying down the questions or showing full workings, then okay, we need to find a way of kind of getting perhaps back after school to show you how that needs to be done. Okay, but if you meet all that criteria, there'll be no need to do that because you're taking responsibility for it yourself. Okay, we might also, if you've got a low score and it's something that we feel we can support you with in lesson, we might ask you then to go off and have another go. In terms of how it should look in your books, Okay, here's a prime example. So this pupil has got the title, the date, and the clip number underlined. They've clearly marked the examples. So these 4 questions here are the examples. Okay, they've just copied it down from the video, make sure they understand it, and then the quiz questions have come up. And if you notice, the example is very similar to the quiz question. Okay, we've got question 2, which is very similar to that example. We've got question 3, very similar to that example, as is question 4 is very similar. Okay, they're not trying to trip you up on Hegarty Maths. Okay, the vast majority of the examples should match up with the quiz questions. Definitely at least 70–80% will. Okay, so if you do the examples and use those to help, you should get 70–80% the first time round. If you do have any other problems with your homework, okay, do it early and then speak to your class teacher, and we will do whatever we can to support you.